telling you about before. Even tournaments, and you see the PlayStation controller more in a lot of TV commercials. They doing their thing and they bringing it hard. Alright? So that's that. Also, it's pretty unique, it's pretty incredible to see the Batman game, as amazing as it is, outselling the 360 version. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, everybody wants to play as Joker, and you only get that on the PS3. But at the same time, that's marketing. You want to know why? Because who doesn't want to play as the Joker? Everybody wants the Joker, and that's what you get when you pick the PS3 up. That's smart. Now, check this out. Another thing is that, according to retailers such as EB Games, GameStop, Walmart, and all these other people, they were saying the same thing. And I was like, wow. Because the way the sales is going on right now, yes, it's $2.99, but it's not like it's the holiday season at the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like, well, roughly it's September. You know what I mean? Coming to September. But it's not the holiday season yet where the sales going crazy. Now, if what we see right now can be done on a regular basis in terms of sales and moving units, then imagine what the holidays and everything is going to be like. You know what I mean? Because you got to factor in that a lot of people that got the Xbox 360 got it because the PS3 wasn't out yet, or it would cost too much. So now those 360 owners is going to jump on PS3. A lot of people that still playing their PS2 that waited for PS3 to come down to a certain price is going to jump on a PS3. And a lot of people that just want the PS3 is just going to get it. Then on top of that, you know, the whole Blu-ray player push is going to be major now, because if you walk in the store and you see PS3 $2.99 and you got Best Buy and all these other stores showing all their high definition TVs and their movies running off a PS3, and the PS3 is the best one, and it's slimmer now, it's like everything points to, I want this, I want this. Sony is doing a thing. So, you know, putting all these factors together, estimated to close the gap by 3 million. Now, if they do that in a year, then that means the gap is 5 million. You feel me? The gap is 5 million. If that, you know, comes to play. Now, it's easier said than done, considering it's a different situation now. And, you know, developers still are leaning towards the whole 360 support, like, more. But at the end of the day, Sony has enough on their own to really make a big comeback in this console war. But like I said before, will they win this console war between Microsoft and Sony? I don't feel they will, because developers has already made their choice, and everybody gonna go where the developers go, because they're the one who make the games and the content for us. And that's just realistic. But I can tell you one thing, they will make a strong comeback, and the next go around, from what Sony has learned this time, I don't think they'll ever have a problem in the console war ever again. I could honestly say that. Seriously. So it's like they needed to go through this in order to always remain on top with no hiccups in their business model. Alright? So we gonna keep it real like that. I think that's fair to say. Now, damn, my damn joint keep popping. Anyway, now, another thing I want to say is this. 3D gaming. Crazy, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this. For those that didn't go to GDC, when we was at GDC, they had Wipeout, and yeah, it was Wipeout, and you put the glasses on and you see it in 3D. It looks amazing. Wipeout going fast and everything happening in 3D is retarded. It's crazy. What if I told you that most likely next year 3D gaming will be coming home to your PlayStation 3? Insane, right? Insane, right? But the craziest part is that without a 3D TV to do it with. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys now. When I was at GDC and I was asking around and finding out things, you know me, I was like a stupid playing the game. I was like, yo, man, I wish I had this at home. And then they were like laughing and joking on the side. And they was like, yeah, in due time. I was like, in due time. So you know I had to drag that particular person. Like, yo, what do you mean in due time? What's going on? Well, yeah, well, it's in prototype stage right now, but we're working on a way to be able to, you know, give you guys 3D gaming options, you know, for your home on the PlayStation 3. I was like, what? So next year, I don't know when next year, but next year is supposed to be the time we see 3D gaming. Now, the reason why I bring this up so much is because even though they was talking about it, I didn't see no signs of it happening. I just didn't believe it. But then recently in the PSN store, I forgot the name of the game that came out. I forgot the name of it. Sorry, you guys, but you can look at it in 3D. They have like, it's a 3D game or something like that. The first ever 3D game. And then what that guy was saying back in GDC and then what's happening now, and from what I know, I'm like, wow. So I want to ask you guys, 3D gaming, is that something that you guys would see yourselves getting into if it's made that easy to get into? Like, think about it. If you don't gotta buy another TV or nothing, all you need is some glasses and probably a firmware update on Sony's part to enjoy 3D gaming. Is that something that you guys will really like enjoy and get up into? I think you will, but it's up to you guys. So please leave your comments on that, because I think that's crazy. I think that's a good discussion to talk about. Alright? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this. Uncharted 2 can't be done on 360. You already saw what the developer said about it. Uncharted 2 can't be done on 360. Now, this is what I have to say about that. There's some truth to that, but at the same time, I think it would depend on how it's made. That can make you achieve certain things. But there is some slight truth to it, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to break it down, right? First of all, in Uncharted 2, there's no loading and there's no installs. Right? There's no loading, there's no installs in this game. But when you think about it, a game like Splinter Cell that's on the 360, there's no loading in that game either, and you got a lot of people on screen, you got a lot of action going on too, and the game looks phenomenal. You see what I'm saying? Now, another thing, now in comparison though, even though Splinter Cell looked phenomenal, from what I've seen, Uncharted 2 does look better. Like, Uncharted 2 has better graphics than Splinter Cell. It do. Like, and I mean, that's a strong statement, because Splinter Cell look like, oh my god, like your eyeball go like that, like when you see Splinter Cell. But Uncharted 2, your eyeball go like this, and then over here, then your eyeball fall out your socket, then you gotta put it back in. That's the, like, you know, that's the difference in what you're gonna experience when you see Uncharted 2 in terms of pure graphics. So Uncharted 2 does look better than Splinter Cell. Like, it does. But in retrospect, you know, Splinter Cell is still no loading, because the loading is done in the background when you see those cutscenes happening. So everything is seamless. That's one, right? Now, two, I'm gonna break it down like this. The depth of field. Now, this is the killer. This is the killer in the whole situation. I've never seen a game that looked this real in terms of depth of field. I'll tell you right now, if you go outside your crib right now and you look outside and you look down the block as far as your eye can see, shit look clear. Like, it's real life. Shit look clear. Uncharted 2 is exactly the same. You could be playing Uncharted 2. You could be on top of a like, you could be on top of something, and you could look down, look around, whatever. There's no pop-up, there's no nothing. Like, it looks like you can touch it. That's how realistic it looks. It don't even, it's beyond anything you've seen in gaming, in my opinion. I've never seen not one game have depth of field like this game. Period. Never. Alright? So, on that note, that's one of the things that the developer said. The developer said that the depth of field in our game alone can't be done on 360. And I'll tell you right now, 360 been out longer and long enough to show something like that. Wanna know why? Because Assassin's Creed done came out, Halo done came out, we've seen Splinter Cell already. So there's games that came out that could have showed that, but they didn't. Uncharted 2 blow it out the water in terms of that feature, right? It blows it out the water. Now, another thing is that 25 gigs, the entire Blu-ray, is being used in Uncharted 2. Now, let me tell you something about gigs in space. Like, when you make it a game, you can make a game look really real, but it takes a lot of textures, and I don't mean just textures. I'm talking about high resolution textures throughout the entire game. Now, I'll give you something. If you look at like a game like Gears of War, right? Gears of War looks amazing, right? But there's parts in that game that don't look real good, while the other action does look good. So I'll give you an example. If you're playing Gears of War and you're in the middle of combat, or you're on a big brumac, it looks, all the action directly right there in front of your face looks amazing. But if you look at the environment, whatever, and look at some of the trees, it look these little 2D, it look garbage. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the trickery right there in terms of sacrificing this to make this look good. And since your eyes is paying attention to this because this is the action, that's like the main thing you see during gameplay. So okay, you're good. Uncharted is one of those games where everything about the game, from top to bottom, left to right, diagonal, everything in that game is high quality, high res textures, to the ass. It's that serious. Now I'm gonna give you something else. Even in games like Gears of War or whatever, and even the first Mass Effect or whatever, you see like when the screen load up, the textures ain't there. Then the textures eventually